Hey y'all, it's Unapologetic Leadership Coach Laisha, and woo, your girl is struggling. I'm being vulnerable with y'all because I have been in this weird funk since last week. So, have you ever just had one of those weeks where things are just not going the way that you want them to go? Like I'm trying to figure out how to share without making anyone feel bad. That's kind of where I am because I have a situation that happened. I had something that I paid for a service. And it wasn't expensive, right? So I was kind of like, oh, wow, that's pretty cheap. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And so I paid for the service and I had to chase it to get what I paid for. And then once I got it, it wasn't what I expected. Like it's not giving what it was supposed to give. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'm not here to try to slander anybody's business. But that kind of started the trickle effect of my annoyance. And so I've kind of been in this bleh since like Thursday. So Mother's Day was cool. My boy showed up for me. He mailed me some chocolates, some of my favorite chocolates. And TJ took me on a sushi date and paid for it himself. Now that he got a job, yes. Those are my two boys. And so both of them came through and my husband took me to dinner on Saturday. We went to this restaurant in San Antonio that has kind of a rooftop vibe. So it was really nice. But I've just been in this weird funk. And I think the other problem is entrepreneurship is no joke. Like, it's one of those things where it's up and down. You have your high highs and you have your low lows. And because obviously, as you guys know, I had to rebrand because I branded myself or for those who don't know, I branded myself for the last almost 4 years that my coaching business started as the Unapologetic Career Coach. However, when I finally resigned from my corporate job and retired to pursue my full-time passion of entrepreneurship, I decided to start. So I'm trademarking all of my things and realized that the Unapologetic Career Coach, which I had branded myself as since 2019, was actually being trademarked by somebody else. It was 2 weeks away from them completing their trademark. So I needed to change, which since January, I've started to offer a lot of leadership development opportunities. Like I'm a leadership coach. I do organizational training for leadership and really how to lead the Generation Z employees of today and the future. And I have framework that I've created called Do You Offer Bang with Your Buck? So I've been working on a lot of that. And so that has elevated me more into the leadership space. And so I just changed my name to the Unapologetic Leadership Coach because, again, God don't make mistakes. So I assume that is the bigger purpose. And so transition, no biggie. But with that comes rebranding of everything that you've done, right? So I had to rebrand my website quickly because I wanted to do my trademark. There's two ways you can trademark. You can trademark as intent, doing a business you're intending to do the business of, or you're already in use. And I wanted my trademark to be filed as in use because I am currently doing all of these things, but it's very descriptive in what your website needs to represent in order to show in use. So I made these kind of quick changes, but now I really need to do an overhaul of my website, get new pictures, and just kind of rebrand, which means I need to hire somebody because I have Kartra. So Kartra is where I host my master classes because I do have 3 master classes that I sell. That also comes with an interview prep, a resume rewrite, and 3 one-on-one. So after you take each master course, which there's 3, we get together, have a one-on-one so you can implement what you've learned. So with that, I have the course and then I have the other individual services. So I really have 2 lanes. I have an individual services that I offer, which is we can do a career strategy session, which is you kind of don't know what you want to do, but you have these skill sets and you're just kind of been struggling. You don't know what's next. So we have a career strategy session. I have an interview prep session. And then I have a resume review and feedback session that I offer for individual services. And then I have organizational services to develop leaders of the future, right? So with those 2 things, I got to do a lot of changes to my website to just elevate to the new brand that I am, which means more moolah, baby. And I just, it's always so much. You got to give. So that's kind of where I am. I'm just in this, because there's just so much that needs to be done. So Kartra is the platform that I host all of these things on. Kartra isn't very intuitive. Like you really need to sit down and spend months learning Kartra. And I ain't got time for that. So I have to hire somebody to make all of the changes to my website. And then I also like, I know what I sell, I know what I have to offer, but sometimes when you're so close to it, you need an outside perspective of someone else to interpret what you want to say so that it makes sense to other people. And so that's the other space that I'm in, right? I know what I offer, I know what I'm passionate about, I know what I can provide as a service, but then spelling it out in a way that people understand it and go, that's me, I want that, is what I'm also working on. So I just got a lot of things, a lot of fires, a lot of things that I'm working on that cost money. And I'm just kind of like in this space where I'm like, I don't want to spend any more money, but I guess you got to spend money to make money. And that's the space that I'm in. Y'all, this entrepreneur game ain't for the weak. Okay. It's worth it though. It's worth it. I'm loving the journey that I'm on. I'm learning all the lessons. I'm failing really fast. There's things that I put out there and I'm like, yeah, I don't like the way that landed. So I'm failing fast. So it is what it is. I did announce a little bit ago that I was going to host master classes on this John Maxwell book, The Leaders Within You. It's a 2.0 book, and I am going to do that. So starting in June, I am going to host a master class once a week on LinkedIn, and I'm just going to go live on LinkedIn for 30 minutes, and I'm going to go over each chapter. So I'm going to go over each chapter every week in June until we're done going over the chapters. I'll post more information in my LinkedIn and all of my other socials. So if you're interested in going through this, developing the leader within you with me, it's going to be free. It's just going to be an opportunity for me to highlight these skill sets within this book. Buy the book. If not buy the book, I'll still tell you what's in it. And let's get it. All right. Y'all come back now. You hear?